A former employee of the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services and the president of the union that represents its employees are questioning how staff was trained to take phone calls from customers during the pandemic.
Now, this comes on the heels of our 10 Investigates report last night and the state's announcement earlier this week that it overpaid $2.1 billion in benefits. Tonight, 10 TV's Kevin Landers digs deeper into another symptom of a broken unemployment system.
When the pandemic hit Ohio in March of 2020 and Governor Mike DeWine ordered stay-at-home orders forcing businesses to close in an effort to contain the spread, Ohio's unemployment system became overwhelmed with claims.
I really had to apologize to these people and let them know, it's not that I don't want to help you.
Among those taking the calls for the state was Laila Phillips.
They basically had us answering the phones to transfer them. You answering, this person is like, no, I just was on hold for 2 hours. You're telling me that you're going to transfer them. Come to find out, when we're transferring them, we're transferring them back to representatives that's just like us.
From August to December of 2020, Phillips says she worked in the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance side. That's the federal program designed to help those who don't qualify for regular unemployment. She says she resigned her position after she and her children got COVID, and she was unable to call into work when asked. ODJFS says it fired her for not following the rules. She says poor training is a main reason why callers were not getting their questions answered about the status of their claims.
Did you feel like you were trained just to blow off people?
Yes.
Just to get them off the phone?
Yes.
Chris Mabe is the president of the union that represents more than 2,500 ODJFS employees.
That's anonymous. We hear from a lot of the customer service reps.
Phillips says she received between 3 to 5 hours of training via a webinar, a far contrast to what the state says is happening now. This ODJFS document dated March 25th shows call takers don't go live on the phone until after day 16 of training. Phillips says instead of more training, she got excuses.
You're going to get that training. You're going to get that training. Just tell them that you have to call them back. Just tell them that you are sending an email.
But 10 TV has learned this is not a new problem for ODJFS.
The Department of Job and Family Services cut over about 600 claims representatives over the last 10 years.
Staffing levels are set in part by unemployment levels, and Ohio's unemployment numbers prior to the pandemic were low. Still, the president of the employees union says warnings from him about staffing and other issues fell on deaf ears. He says the system was a house of cards.
That's a good analogy to use. Yeah, it was basically the slightest wind would topple. And obviously the pandemic was not the slightest wind. It was a hurricane that blew through.
At the heart of the problem, a tidal wave of unemployment claims slamming the state. Former Director Henderson told lawmakers, imagine the cities of Cleveland, Toledo, Youngstown, and Cincinnati simultaneously being unemployed. All of those claims being handled by a computer system that was 17 years old. On May 27th of 2020, lawmakers questioned former Director Kim Henderson about problems inside the unemployment office.
The antiquated technology of our benefit system and call center have been our greatest challenge and disadvantage as a state.
Lawmakers learned the state's phone system didn't have a voicemail, so callers had to wait sometimes hours for someone to take their calls.
We are in year 2020. How do we not have a phone system that properly works?
Pre-pandemic, the state says it would receive 20,000 calls a week to the unemployment office. At the peak of the pandemic, it was receiving 500,000 calls with 40 call takers. Since then, the number of call takers increased to 1,150, including Phillips. But the union isn't satisfied.
Hiring temporary staffing in such a complex agency is not a long-term fix. It's not even a quick fix, because a quick fix in a complex agency leads to more trouble.
The state disagrees, saying as of April, more than 70% of claimants who talked directly to an agent completed their case. That's compared to 20% in January of 2020, before the pandemic started. As for Laila Phillips, who was unemployed before the state hired her to work in unemployment, she says she now regrets it.
I thought I was going to love working for the state. That's what I wanted to do. I don't think I want to get a state job anymore.
Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.
The state is spending $36 million to update its computers to handle regular unemployment claims. Now, if you have something you would like our 10 Investigates team to look into, you can email them directly at 10investigates@10tv.com.